Hello and welcome to this how-to stroke mod review of Haystack Fermenter and Dryer. It's by NASA B52 and it is for all platforms, I do believe. Basically it's a storage facility and also a production facility. So let's just have a look quickly and see what it says here. This production can be used as a haystack, fermenter and dryer. Thanks to minimal collision, it can be placed in the middle of the field without deforming the soil. Useful for storing grass, straw, silage, chaff and hay, even in the middle of the field. Can also be used to untie bales. And there we go, we've got the two categories, the silo and the fermenter and dryer, which is a production. Right, let's go in and have a look at it. Right, so here we are. We're going to get these swaths collected and then we'll show you a couple of ways that I think you can use this mod. You're back with me. So here we are, we have collected some grass that we cut earlier and we've got a full load of 16,100 grass in our forage trailer. So if you, for argument's sake, very far away from your farm, you can then just create a haystack on the field by going into your build mode, sheds, we want silos, and there we go. Haystack can take 1,000,000 liters, so this is hardly going to show when we put it in the field. So there we go. It costs £500, so you can put the haystack right there and then we can just offload right there, so you don't have to travel too far, and then you can come back and collect it at your leisure. So that's one way, and then you can go around and put another load out, put another haystack down, or you could come back to this haystack. What I would rather do is place this in the corner somewhere, and then of the field, or maybe two in a field, one at each corner or something, or four at one at each corner or something like that, just so that you can get to it quickly. The idea here is saving you time while you are clearing the field or picking up the swaths. So let's just get that offloaded. So as we offload, you can see that the grass starts to build up around the pole. Because it's such a small amount and the capacity is so big, it's probably quite difficult to see. You can just get it there. There we go. So that's 16,000 liters, all fully loaded, offloaded, should I say. In any case, I'll go and get another, fill this up again, and then we'll go and establish another one in the corner somewhere, just to show you what I was talking about. Right, so there we've got another load of grass. So what we can then do is establish a haystack, say on the corner of the field, somewhere convenient. What that means is that you don't have a whole lot of these haystacks all over the field with just 1,600 to, I think the biggest one is probably about 50,000 liters, so it's not really going to make much sense. But if you put something sort of in the corner, so if we put another one in here, we're pretending now, of course, we're very far away from our from our actual farm, but right, and then we get back into the tractor and we'll bring that up to So we just brought it back up to the haystack now, and we can offload that. I should have put that on there. You can just see it building up there, but and then you can accumulate your grass here, do another load, bring it up here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to connect another load, and then we will look at the grass drying and fermenter. There we go, we've got another 16,100 litres of grass. So what we can now do is we can go into factories, and you should find it towards the bottom. There we go. That is 2,000 litres, 2,000 pounds, or 2,000 whatever you're working in. And what we'll do is we'll just go and put that, say, on the corner or close to the corner of a field, or you could actually put it in the field. It will just take up a little bit of space, but not too much really. And we'll put that down. Right, so let's go and offload that into there, just around the drag, so it shouldn't take too long to get there. And there we go, and we'll put that in there. Very nice. There you can see the haystack starting to build. So what I will do is I will fill up one of the others with grass just to show you what it looks like when it's full. Right, so with this one, as you can see, there is no way to enter while you're at the haystack into the production menu. So you do need to go into productions, and there you'll see the fermenter and dryer, and you can just store the grass there. So you could just put one of these down to do everything, and then you could go along. You could just store hay if you'd already made hay, or you could make hay from there just by activating that. And you could make silage. So you could make silage with additive, and that gives you a little bit of a silage bonus. You can also make silage with chaff. So from if you were doing corn harvest, at least corn silage, and then you can also do just plain grass to silage, which is a 1-to-1. You could also store straw, and that's the production chain. Very nice. What we'll do is we'll activate the silage storing just from grass, or the silage making just from grass, and we'll activate that. Right, now when you go up to the fermenter, you will see that it is showing the work being done. Right, so what I'll do is I'll put on a bigger trailer and I'll put some more grass in there, and we'll just get to look and see what that looks like when it's done. So we'll get back to you once we've filled it up. It's probably not to 1,000,000 litres. Does that have the same capacity? That's the other thing. Let's just have a look and see. Right, so that doesn't have quite the same capacity. That is 400,000 litres of chaff or grass that can be stored, as opposed to the 1,000,000 litres just in the plain haystack. Well, you're back with me, and we just put a few loads of grass into this haystack just to show you how it builds up. So obviously that'll build right up to the top there when it's at 1,000,000. We've only got 400,000 there, so yeah, Looks quite neat, I think. You'll notice I've got a couple of hay bales on here. Now I did say that it was also a bale shredder, so I'm going to go and test this on the production one first, see if it'll actually take these bales and effectively shred them and then put them into storage, I would imagine. So let's have a look and see what happens. Yeah, but does it? Fantastic. So that's that. Let's just go and have a look and see. Yeah, and that should be showing a bit of extra hay in the... Well, I'm not quite sure how big those hay bales were, but did expect them to be a bit bigger than that, but it certainly took them. So let's go and have a look and see if it'll take square bales. We'll see once we've got those done. Here we are back at the fermenting haystack, and I'm going to see whether it'll take square bales. It took the round bales. The round bales were 4,500 litres each, so that was about right. I just expected them to be 9,000 litres, but it was 9,000 litres for the both of them. So this is 8,000 litres for each bale, so it should go by about 16,000. So let's see if it... Yeah, it does take it. It does take it. So we should just put bales in there, and that's fantastic as well. So let's just going to make sure. Yep, and our hay's up to 26,000 in there. So fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Well, that is the Haystack and Fermenter and Dryer by Nazar B 82. Lovely, lovely little change to storage and making hay and silage. I like it. I like the fact that we can now put something fairly small next to a field. Well, thank you so much for watching. I do hope you found this informative and enjoyable. If you have, please like and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one. Cheerio.